Hello and welcome. You are watching the Vishwashanti Darshan channel, and we have been bringing you videos on peace, on spirituality, and above all, on science. We are very honored to have in our campus today a very eminent urologist and andrologist, a surgeon who has made a name for himself not only in India but all over the world. Please join me as I welcome in our studios Dr. Anil Bradoo.
प्यार हुआ इकरार हुआ है, प्यार से फिर क्यों डरता है दिल।
Thank you so much, Doctor, for joining us here today.
My pleasure.
I think one of the most revered professions in our field is that of a doctor. The hopes, the expectations that we have from a doctor are literally equivalent to that of God. So you have visited our campus today. You can see the spirituality and the grandeur all around you. So what role does spirituality play in your life, being the doctor figure for so many patients who are looking at you literally for the Jeevan Dan? And what were your impressions about this campus?
Well, this is an amazing place. You know, you get opportunities in life to visit and experience the feeling behind any institution, for that matter of fact, whether it's a temple, whether it's a museum, whether it's an exhibition, or whether it's a educational institution like a university. And being from a city like Mumbai, we've always been crammed for space. Even a temple is crammed, everything is crammed, everything is in a small space and there is a lot of crowd. But having to enter the gates of this campus itself is so fulfilling that you get a feeling, God, if one has an opportunity to go to school or to college or to any institution, you should have a campus, that feeling that you come through a university where you see students of all types, you see campuses with different faculties, and it's not just an education which is going on, the outdoors, the greenery around, the fact that there is spirituality, there is a temple, and one of the things which we as children grew to love is of course the Bollywood film industry, and that Bollywood industry has contributed by providing this space, and that the idea of having an educational institution came from someone who was a very important part of the Bollywood industry, and they didn't feel that they should go back to Bollywood, they should go to any other field, but they felt that academics and spirituality, this is where this space should belong to. I think it brings about so many thoughts that life is not all about success. It is also about realization that you belong to communities,
Yes.
that you're not here for yourself, you're here to share all that you get with others around you. And I think the Guru, Shishya, Parampara which we have traditionally in our society, that is so overwhelmingly seen here, that how the Guru and Shishya Parampara can be carried on so beautifully here. Moreover, the fact that life is all about different fields. You may be a student in one particular field, but if you have in the campus so many other fields, you're not just interacting with an art student, you're not just interacting with the science student. You are seeing philosophy, you are seeing spiritualism, you are seeing all the commercial things in life, whether it is movie making, whether it is art, whether it is advertisement, whether it is merchant navy, whether it is law. I mean, all these things in one campus. I think it's a mind-blowing experience. I knew Mumbai University at one point of time had that aura behind it, and everybody who came from the Bombay University campus, it used to be called Bombay University then, would be proud about that. But we unfortunately don't see that any longer in Mumbai as a university.
Yeah.
I think that is the first feeling which I got. I feel fulfilled.
What was your impression of the dome? When you climb the stairs and you see the inscriptions on each stair over there, and it's actually the world's largest dome.
Well, the domes always remind you of architectural, historical buildings, whether they are in Rome or whether they are in Paris or in England. But when I entered the dome here, I was wondering what exactly may be the reason they made the dome. But to think that they've been able to think philosophy, science, and spirituality, all these three are very important aspects of a human being's life. And they make you think that where we are today in 2022, are we here purely because of, we have grown from the time that telegraph message used to be passed to when a chip is transferring. So we have actually seen in our lifetime such changes. Is it only about technology? Is it only about science? What about the philosophers who have contributed for centuries? So all we talk about religion and we talk about, being atheist, but the role played by so many philosophers in last 400 years, 600 years, they have what has made our country what it is.
True.
And today, even if you see any art form or culture, whether you're seeing a television or a channel, or if you go and visit a particular place, this is how the art and entertainment actually surfaces. So certainly, philosophy has been a very, very big part of our lives. And today's time, even the Western countries have realized that spirituality is so important. Now, the United States of America and the European continents are practicing yoga in a flamboyant fashion. Now, they are glamorizing yoga. But yoga has been a part of our civilization for centuries.
True.
And even the teachings of the Bhagavad Gita, for that matter of fact, people talk about today, but that has been part of our culture for centuries. It's us who have forgotten to take that along with us. And I think it's a reminder in many ways that today we need to thank all the people who have contributed to the growth of spiritualism, about philosophy, about science, and that the proprietors as well as the organizers of this sanstha, Dr. Vishwanath Karatji and his team has thought that they could put this idea into a dome so that when someone walks into the dome, he or she is able to experience this. And I think I experienced it in a very, very big way. And I feel so happy and pleased that I had the opportunity to go through this experience.
Thank you so much for those kind words. It is, I think, that vision which touches each and every one of us. And as you said, everyone should be aware of the heritage that they bring because of those centuries of people who have molded our thoughts and our lives. Coming back to your life, Dr. Saab, you are one of the most eminent urologists, andrologists, and a surgeon in India today. But I've also heard that you were offered the job as a consultant in the UK and you turned that down to come back to your own country. So tell me about that.
When you're young and you qualify in any branch, I think you're so excited that you want to experience and feel that you're well trained. Mm-hmm. And as I said, there was an opportunity which came my way. I had qualified as an MCH urologist. I did my diploma in National Board of Urology from India. And I was working, after having graduated from the Mumbai University, I was working at Nadiyad, a small place in Nadiyad, in a district place where there is a very, very well-known hospital called the Muljibai Kidney Hospital. I experienced certain aspects of transplantation and percutaneous endourological surgeries there. But I felt that I must experience what's happening in the developed nations for me to be even better equipped when I come back to practice. And I was in that situation, I could afford to spend some more time. So I went to the United Kingdom, where I was working initially in the rotating posts in not only Wales, in Scotland as well as in England. And I did my fellowship of the Royal College of Surgeons, an exit exam in urology called the FRCS Urology, and I was offered the consultant's post in the first place where I was appointed as a registrar. So it was a moment of pride for me to be offered that post.
Very prestigious.
And I was working there as the consultant and enjoying that job as well. But in my heart and in my mind, I had made a commitment not only to myself, to my wife, and to my family. And I always thought that I should be back. Whatever I have learned, basically I'd learned in Mumbai, and I'd learned in the Municipal Corporation Hospital. Whatever else was just, fine tuning or adding to my education. I thought I should be useful to my own people. I would rather be treating a Ganesh or Musarraf on my who working in my city, in my country, than work with gentlemen whom I do not, a place whom I do not belong to. And I also thought that I need to be there with my family when they need me. Since I was the only son, I felt my elderly parents should have me and my wife with them. And of course, my wife, she's also the same batch as me. She's a qualified surgeon and eminent otorhinolaryngologist, ENT surgeon. She was in the Sion Hospital, and she also committed to continue as a professor in a teaching hospital. I thought an opportunity like that comes only God-given, and that if she's become a head of a unit in a teaching hospital, and we decided that we should go back, I should not change my mind purely because I've got a consultant's post in United Kingdom. In fact, my previous boss, was so shocked when I said that I don't want to continue any further. I'd like to go back home. He said, others would give up anything to get this post. Why you want to leave it? I said, no, I think I made a commitment and I want to fulfill that commitment. I've had my joy of working in the UK.
That's true gender empowerment.
Well, let's put it like that. When we grow together as surgeons, we realize that the pleasure in practice is in pleasure of practicing what you've learned. And if you have an opportunity like that to give back to society, give back to your people, there can be nothing more fulfilling than that.